Welcome back to Anthony Lee Raw. Guys, today we're taking a look at Render by request from the VIP Discord. We're going to look at Render, potential pullback targets, and we're going to throw the indicators on and see what we're saying for kind of short to medium term. If you're interested in long-term macro, you can come over to the channel. You could type in Render in the search feature here on my channel, and I have lots of Render videos, bull run price predictions, macro, all that kind of good stuff. So come over here and watch those. That is not what this video is about. Now, if you like this video or if you don't, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I don't really care which, but be sure you react to the video. I cannot keep doing 1,000 altcoin videos, so I will only keep in rotation the ones that get the most reaction. So don't just watch the video and not react. You're going to be really upset if I don't give any more Render updates along the way, but I'm willing to do it. Just give me the reaction. That's all I ask. All right, I'm looking at Render on the 2-week time frame. And you have to understand, whether it's Render or some other altcoin, as of now, right now, this part of the cycle, they're currently following Bitcoin. So we have to be aware of what's going on Bitcoin. Now, we are getting this big pump. We had this big pump in the last week or so, which we called. And I'm going to ask you to just humor me here for 15 seconds and check this out. We called this on the live stream. If you came to the channel, our live streams last week, all last week, I was telling you, break out this week. It's a trap. The herd is wrong. We called this pump, literally. We called it live and in real time on a live stream, and I didn't just coin flip it. I knew this was coming, and I told them, and watch right here, I'm going to show you short video, and then we're going to relay that onto Render and how you can do this in the future, guys. Here we go. Watch this short clip. There's these high time frames, guys. You can use this on any time frame, but when you get it on the daily, 2-day, weekly, 5-day, whatever, those are big moves, guys. Big moves. And we're trying to get it on all time frames, all major time frames. You're down in a contraction, and you don't stay in the contraction very long. Look, this is down here. I'm on the 3-day time frame. Look, when you came down here in January, you were only down here for a few days. Same thing in May, only down here a few days, and you've been down here for an extended period of time, and it has just ticked up. Guys, I'm telling you right now, when this thing crosses that orange 15, you're going to have a massive move, guys, massive move. All right, guys, there you go. I'm not going to play the whole clip, but I go on to explain how we're fixing to absolutely rip. I kept saying big move to the upside, guys. And we called for that. And what we were looking for, if you notice these lines here, this multicolor line on all of these, the blue line is below this orange horizontal line. That is contraction, volatility contraction. And I knew this is a perfect storm. You don't get this very often to where all these high time frames are down here. You may get one or maybe two down there, but we had all of them down there, and the daily had just expanded moments before, and I knew it was about to rip the rest of these to the upside. Full volatility expansion, massive move coming, and here's what it looked like. See how they're below the orange, and then they all rip to the upside. Boom, all simultaneously ripping to the upside, guys. Just full expansion there, ripping to the upside, and we were able to get in this trade, and we took it on the Bitcoin. We took it on the Bitcoin, and I thought I had a PNL. Here we go. We secured $15,000 realized profit on that trade. So just take it on the live stream, give it on the live stream, give it in the VIP Discord. Here's the move. We took it. We entered on the Damien Pro signal that morning in the VIP Discord. I told them we had the 2-day Damien Pro buy signal. We were looking for this. Volatility was contracting to the blue, and I said as soon as this expands, get ready for an explosion. And clearly, that's obviously what happened. So, and this applied to your altcoins. We went through some altcoins on that video as well, on that live stream, including Render. So join us here in the VIP Discord. Get on over AnthonyLeeRaw.com. You can click on the indicators tab, and you can get that Damien Pro indicator or the Damien Classic indicator, either one, or the Bjorn or Bjorn Pro indicator. Those are the two indicators, the only two indicators that I use, guys. Get on over there and get them, AnthonyLeeRaw.com. I will pin a comment below, or join the VIP Discord, and I give you these signals. Let's go back to Render, 2-week time frame. Let's see what we're going to see now. All right, so we got the Damien Pro 2-week buy signal has fired. Every time you get this, you get a massive move. I mean, you can see back here, you got it leaving the bear market last time. 600% move before a pullback, and then you got the pullback and you got the go signal again. And, oops, sorry about that. And then from entry to all the way up here at the tippy top, another 900% rally. So just massive signal here, guys. And it's unconfirmed, okay? This will possibly confirm in 3.5 days. So right now it is unconfirmed, but we were able to enter this on Bjorn. And let's look at Bjorn down below. Bjorn Pro, actually. So right now on the 2-week time frame, on Bjorn, we have volatility and contraction, guys. Okay, remember I showed you this on the blue lines here. Right here, when it was down on the blue lines on these, underneath the orange line into the blue, that is volatility contraction, okay? We have that right now on the 2-week time frame. So when it kicks back to the upside, you're going to get full volatility expansion. And on the 2-week time frame, guys, I'm telling you, a big move is coming. Look at the last time you got volatility expansion, guys. You got volatility expansion right here when you came down under the orange and then expanded up on the 2-week. Now, that doesn't mean price goes up. That means business is picking up. Price is dictated by the direction of stochastic, which is the dark gray line. So right here, stochastic was headed down. And I could do this blind. I don't even need price candles. Stochastic was headed down, which means price is moving down. Expansion on the volatility meters means that price is now headed down very aggressively. And you can see that was the big October 10th wick, is when you got that. Just before that, actually, you got it on the candle before that. And it gave you a total move of 87% down. And I know a lot of you think, that's a fluke. That's October 10th. That was liquidation. Okay, let's go back and look at the last time you got it, volatility expansion to the upside. And that was way back here. So 2-week time frame, volatility ticked down, right? Came down into contraction. And when you expanded up, this is the last time you got it to the upside, guys. Stochastic was headed up. You could have entered that trade upon expansion right there. And look at the move, guys. Just look at the move. I mean, it speaks for itself. And I'm going to tie this into current price action. You got a 660% move. Every other one of these expansions, which you don't get very often, I mean, this is going back to September of 23. That's 4 years. You've got it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 5 times now. Hopefully about to get it for the 6th time. And every time except one has been to the downside. So what you want to see, and I'm going to tie this into more local time frames now, but you want to see this expand back over. Now, this could take some work to get there, but that's what you want to see. Currently, stochastic is positioned to the upside. Now, the pro version of Bjorn will tell you at which time this will flip to the downside. And this will flip to the downside if you price drops below $1.34.5. So if you drop below $1.34, the stochastic is going to flip to the downside, and you could be looking for a massive leg down, which I actually think the low is in for Render here. We're going to talk about that now. I know it's getting a bit of a longer video, but if you care about your investment, pay attention. Let me briefly show you why I think the low is in. TradingView, I'm on market cap now. You look at the price chart and you think that Render was bearish because you didn't set a higher high later in the year, later in the cycle. You had a high and then a lower high, but it wasn't. It was actually bullish. You just did some token unlocks, and you can see here on market cap, it was actually bullish. I had to go in and put in a bars pattern here for the market cap history because TradingView didn't populate it. For some reason, it doesn't have it on there. But this is actually a bullish structure. You were actually more bullish at this second high than you were at the first high. You just had token unlocked, so it doesn't look as bullish, but it was. So if we look at our completed structure here, our crashing structure on market cap, you have a 5-wave structure down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, you did grab the liquidity, so this could be a liquidity grab and go. This could just be pullback before continuation higher. You do not have to come lower. You can come lower. Yes, I admit, technically you have not flipped market structure bullish yet. You will do that when you flip right here. So you got to get above 126 billion, and looking at price, that's going to have you here getting above about $2.45. You're going to have to take that out before you're technically macro bullish. However, you do have a completed 5-wave crashing structure. So the low very much could be in for Render. I do believe 100% the low is in for Bitcoin. I think we've proven that. Some altcoins may pull back and set a new low. Some others definitely will not. And I'm kind of 50-50 on Render. However, I will show you what we're looking for to confirm here. So we're looking at the 2-week, right? We got the 2-week Bjorn signal that we're looking at. You're in contraction. We're looking for expansion for that big move, as we call it, the massive move. Let's drop down to the 5-day. All right, so on the 5-day, we got the expansion right here, right? expansion to the upside. So stochastic is ticked to the upside while we are expanding. So this means big move in progress, right? But this stochastic can flip on you. So we'll need to continue to cycle down through the lower time frames. We don't want to go too low though. We're going to cycle down through the lower, you get down to the 1 minute, the 5 minute, this can flippy floppy on you 1,000 times. We want to stick on the daily, 2-day, 3-day and up. But as of right now, we're expecting higher highs. We're still positioned to the upside on volatility and stochastic. Now, you will flip stochastic to the downside if price drops below $1.47. Okay, so that's not too far away. I mean, just a baby pullback can flip that on you. Let's look at the 3-day. Same thing. You're still positioned to the upside. Everything right now is suggesting higher. Okay, still positioned to the upside. $1.50 is your flip price there. Let's look at the 2-day. All right, same thing. You're still positioned to the upside and everything. Now, volatility has kind of ticked to the side. It's not headed up. It's more sideways here, which generally indicates just a little cooling off period. So you could see something like this, maybe a little pullback, a little cooling off, while some of these kind of reset before taking off again. So we could have a little bit of a cool off, or this could tick up. Now, here's where it gets interesting on the daily. This is what I mean by reset. You have almost fully reset on the daily, okay? You're way down here, almost into contraction again, right? Contraction, when you get into contraction, whenever you head back up above for expansion, that's when the big moves come. You're almost there for the daily. So for those of you with Kraken Pro, and currently you're positioned to the upside on stochastic, what you want to watch, here's what you want to watch. Because keep in mind, your umbrella time frame, your 2-week time frame is headed to the upside. You want to watch for this to come down. Okay, and this could take a week, 2 weeks. I don't know. It could happen tomorrow. There's no way to tell with volatility. You want to wait for it to come back down. And when it expands back above the multicolor line, you want, or I would want, if it were me, I would want to trade direction of stochastic. I don't know. There's no way to predict what that would be. Although, as of now, if you drop below $1.53, which you're really close to, this could flip to the downside. But that doesn't matter if it flips down right now. What matters is the direction upon expansion, okay? And keep in mind, even if you pull back right now, the 2-week has you covered. The 2-week is positioned to the upside, and it'll remain positioned to the upside as long as you're above $1.34. So the key for render, hear me guys, the key for render is to not lose $1.34. You do not want to lose $1.34 on a 2-week closing basis, okay? Right there. You do not want to close below that. So a pullback to that line on a 2-week basis is fine. You just do not want to lose that. If you lose that on a 2-weekly closing basis, bad news. So, I mean, that's reasonable to get a pullback there. That's just golden pocket 702, 786 retrace and go. So to see a pullback there would be ideal. I would look for that to be, if you bounce from there, if you get the reaction that you're looking for from this area right in here, I would look to take a long trade or a buy entry if you're spot buying, because as long as you don't close the 2 weeks, certainly if the next 2-week candle, which is in 3 days and 10 hours, if you close above that line, I would look to buy or long, because this is going to indicate price should be moving to the upside. So anything that happens between now and then should be considered a reset, okay? Just a reset of some of these. Cool down, come off before continuation to the upside, assuming you don't close that 2-week below $1.34, guys. So that's what I'm projecting. Potentially a slight pullback on render before more upside, unless we close below $1.34 in 3 days and 10 hours on the 2-week time frame, guys. I hope this helps. Everything looks good. Crypto is primed for more move to the upside. We've covered this in the VIP Discord on the macro level, on total cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, all that stuff. But render looks good, okay? Don't panic, in my opinion. If you do get a slight little pullback here, as long, again, to be repetitive, because I know some of you need repetitiveness, and that's fine, as long as you don't close below $1.34 on the 2-week time frame coming up in 3 days, okay? As long as you don't close below that, slight pullback before continuation higher, guys. We have the Damien signal that I confirm in 3 days as well. Get on over AnthonyLeeRaw.com. Get your indicators so you don't have to have me update you on these. Then get in the Discord. We'll show you how to use them. It's lifetime access. They're how-to videos, Q&A videos, you name it. Let me know what you think, guys. I'll see you guys next time.